May I humbly request your lordship, the Honorable the Chief Justice, High Court Calcutta, to start the program.
Yes, please.
Thank you, lordship. May I humbly request the Honorable Justice T.S. Sivagyanam, Judge High Court Calcutta and Chairman, Vulnerable Witness Deposition Committee, High Court at Calcutta, for your lordship's welcome address on this auspicious occasion.
It's not working. I'll use this. Most respected Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable Justice Gita Mittal, former Chief Justice of Jammu and Kashmir, and Chairman of the Vulnerable Witness Committee appointed by the Honorable Supreme Court, Honorable Justice Subrato Talukdar, Judge in Charge, South 24 Paraganas District, Justice Shekhar Sharaf, Judge in Charge, District Purba, Medinipur, Justice Amrita Sinha, and Justice Krishna Rao, the members of the V.W.D.C committee, Justice Aniruddha Roy, Additional Judge in Charge of South 24 Paraganas, Honorable Judges of the Calcutta High Court who have joined through the video link, the Learned Advocate General, the Additional Solicitor General, the Government Pleader, the Office Bearers of the three wings of the bar, the the Registrar General, the Registrars of the High Court, the District Judges who have all joined the program virtually, the Member Secretary of the State Legal Services Authority, the Principal Secretary of the Public Works Department, Secretary Judicial Department, Press and Electronic Media. Good morning to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure representing the V.W.D.C Committee of the High Court at Calcutta to welcome all of you on this momentous occasion during which Honorable Justice Gita Mittal will declare open 2 of the centers among the other 23 centers which are in the pipeline. As your Lordship's guidance to the committee by sending regular emails to us, and with the support of the registrars, we were able to achieve this. In fact, what West Bengal faces is unique problem in the sense of lack of space. So therefore, with the permission of your Lordships, we are able to make a headway, and I should be failing in my duty if I don't mention the efforts put in by the Principal Secretary of the Public Works Department, Madam Acharya IAS, and she had taken very effective steps so that we'll be able to implement the project. With this, I welcome your Lordship to this program. I extend a hearty welcome to my Honorable Chief Justice, but for us, whose support and guidance to our committee, this would not have been feasible. The Honorable Judges of the judges in charge of the 2 districts have been of immense support in drawing up this program and making this a grand success. I am to mention that the project for the other districts are also on the pipeline, and the conservative estimate would be by December, we will be able to start at least 1 V.W.D.C center.
guidelines follow kiya?
1 V.W.D.C center in each one of the districts in the state of West Bengal. Wherever there has been space crunch, we have requested the learned district judges to house the center in the alternate, in the ADR centers as a temporary measure. With this, I welcome all of you for this morning's function. Thank you.
Thank you, Lords. May I humbly request the Honorable Justice Gita Mittal, former Chief Justice Jammu and Kashmir and Chairperson, Vulnerable Witness Deposition Committee, to give permission to Learned District Judge South 24 Pargana and Learned District Judge Purba Medinipur for lighting of lamp, unveiling of plaque, and cutting of ribbon at Diamond Harbour Court and Tamluk Court, respectively.
Thank you for bestowing this honor on me, but it's actually the privilege and the, we would be honored if Honorable the Chief Justice would grant this permission. Justice Prakash Shrivastava ji.
In fact, We are privileged to have you here as in this function. So I would request you on behalf of all to please
I am
permit the
truly
district
honored,
judge to
no?
initiate.
I am honored and gratified by the honor which you are bestowing on me. Thank you very much, my lord. I certainly, the district judges have the permission to light the lamp and inaugurate.
Thank you, Your Lordship. Now over to Learned District Judge South Chabis Pargana for lighting of lamp, unveiling of plate and cutting of ribbon at Diamond Harbour Court. Now over to IT team for virtual roaming of the building for Vulnerable Witness Deposition Center and Bar Association and Law Clerks.
Entering into the age-old hegemony of Diamond Harbour Subdivisional Court Complex. This is the place where both the rich and the poor can mingle with equal ease of living. There is a big pool by the side of the pathway which leads us to the main entrance of the new Vulnerable Witness building. The main entrance of the Vulnerable Witness building, and the staircase leads us to the rooms of the criminal court lawyers and clerks. This is the inside of the Vulnerable Witness deposition room, consisting of all the modern amenities such as printers, computers and all. Here from we can see the separate entrance of the accused person and a separate room from where he can at least see the proceedings. This is the chamber of the Honorable Judge where he is supposed to sit, and it consists of all the modern amenities also. It consists of a fax machine, computer, printer, etc. Now we enter into the another room of the Vulnerable Witness building. We enter the room and this is the office place, and on the left hand side we can see that there are two separate cubicles. One is the psychologist room for the vulnerable witnesses and other is the counseling center for the vulnerable witnesses. These are the two rooms where the vulnerable witness will enter and they will be treated both psychologically and counseling will be done to them. Here from we enter into the vulnerable witness waiting cum video conferencing room. Now we enter the room, and this room consists of two parts separated by curtains. The first part is the waiting arena for the vulnerable witnesses. And this is the second part of the room, which is the video conferencing room of the vulnerable witnesses, which consists of video cam, monitor, printer, and all modern amenities.
Now over to learned district judge Purba Medinipur at Tamluk for lighting of lamp, unveiling of plaque and cutting of ribbon at Tamluk court.
Unmute.
Here is the occasion of inauguration of V.W.D.C.
Over to IT team for virtual roaming of the center at Tamluk.
This is the newly created Vulnerable Witness Deposition Center at Tamluk on the ground floor of the new court building in the District Judges Court Complex at Tamluk in the district of Purba Medinipur as per the direction of the Honorable Court, and it is ready in all respect, having the modern art of facility of video conferencing, IT infrastructure including display and mic. The center is fully air conditioned. The center has a separate enclosure for the accused persons fitted with toughened glass with one side view. The V.W.D.C has the facility to record evidence of vulnerable witness, which is separated from the entire room and provided with 2 sofas. V.W.D.C is also fitted with the fire detection system. There is separate entry for accused persons and there is separate entry for vulnerable witnesses. There is a separate counseling room for vulnerable witnesses for the purpose of counseling of vulnerable witnesses if required. There is a separate waiting room for vulnerable witnesses, along with a video conferencing room equipped with V.W.D.C system, having internet facility for recording of evidence of vulnerable witnesses without taking the witness to the center in front of the accused person. There is also fire fighting system outside the V.W.D.C. There is also cold filter drinking water facility adjoining to V.W.D.C. So, the V.W.D.C is ready for functioning at Tamluk, the district of Purba Medinipur, as per the direction of the Honorable Court. Thank you.
May I humbly request the Honorable the Chief Justice, Calcutta High Court, for your Lordship's keynote address on this auspicious occasion.
Honorable Justice Gita Mittal, former Chief Justice of Jammu and Kashmir High Court, honorable members of the V.W.D. Committee, my esteemed brother and sister judges, judicial officers who have joined this program online and offline, officers of the registry, and members of the bar. We are fortunate to have Honorable Justice Gita Mittal amongst us today by virtual mode. She is the first chairperson of the committee entrusted with the task of implementation and design of an all India V.W.D.C training program. We all know that in the court, the cases are decided on the basis of the material which comes on record. Therefore, for rendering real justice, the true facts must come on record. There are certain categories of witnesses, and victims also, who need a conducive atmosphere for deposition so that whatever has actually happened, they can narrate it. Honorable Supreme Court since long is emphasizing the need for giving them such an atmosphere at the time of deposition so that they are able to freely depose and they don't have any psychological pressure at that time. In the matter of Shakshi in 2004, the Honorable Supreme Court had noted that mere sight of a victim, mere sight of the accused at the time of deposition by the victim may generate fear, may put the witness in shock or under psychological pressure. So therefore, such an atmosphere or such a arrangement should be made at the time of deposition of such witnesses so that they are not under any pressure at that time. Then subsequently, in the case of Bandhu alias Daulat in 2018, Honorable Supreme Court had taken note of the Vulnerable Witness Deposition Center, which were set up by the Delhi High Court, the guidelines which were issued by the Delhi High Court, and emphasized the need for setting up such centers in all the districts. Then in a recent judgment, in the case of Smriti Tukaram Badade in 2022, Honorable Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, he has enlarged the definition of vulnerable witnesses to include even mentally challenged persons or those who are suffering from some kind of impairment or physical disability. Now, keeping in view all this, in the Calcutta High Court also, we have set up a 3-member committee to monitor the implementation of the guidelines, setting up of the centers at district places. Now, this 3-member committee comprises of Honorable Justice T.S. Sevagnanam, Honorable Justice Amrita Sinha, and Honorable Justice Rao. Now, this committee interacts with the district judges, and attempts are being made to identify the land for the purpose of constructing these centers. And wherever the space is available, then the efforts are to raise the construction or utilize the already constructed area. So far, we have received 103 estimates from different districts. 9 have been found to be complete in all respects, and they have been forwarded to the state government for scrutiny, after the scrutiny and approval by the committee. Now, as we have seen in the virtual tour, that 2 of the centers, one at Diamond Harbour, South 24 Pargana, and the other is at Tamluk, Purba Medinipur. They are ready for inauguration. So far as Diamond Harbour is concerned, it's a double-storied building, newly constructed. Ground floor is for the center, and the first floor has been given to the Bar Association lawyers and the clerks, because there was paucity of space there. So it will also solve their problem. And so far as Tamluk is concerned, there was already a newly constructed building. One portion of it has been utilized for making this vulnerable witness deposition center. Both of them are equipped with all the facilities. I congratulate all the members of the committee, the judicial officers, the officers of the state who have cooperated in setting up this center. I also take this opportunity to extend my good wishes to all the members of the bar of Diamond Harbour who are now getting a new place for their utilization. My good wishes to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lordship. May I humbly request the Honorable Justice Gita Mittal, former Chief Justice Jammu and Kashmir and Chairperson, Vulnerable Witness Committee, for your Lordship inaugural address on this auspicious occasion.
Honorable Justice Prakash Shrivastava, Honorable the Chief Justice of the High Court of Calcutta, Brother Sivaganam and other members of the V.W.D.C committee of the High Court, sister and brother judges of the High Court of Calcutta, sister and brother judges, brothers of the judiciary of West Bengal at all levels, the Registrar General and officers of the Calcutta High Court, office bearers and members of the bars in all the courts in West Bengal who have joined us, staff of the High Court and the District Court, ladies and gentlemen. Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal, Assalamu Alaikum Salam, a very good day to all of you. I have learned this greeting from Jammu and Kashmir, and I make it an effort as the most inclusive greeting across the world, which is not even split by the time of the day, and you don't have to even look at any kind of difficulties. My heartiest congratulations to the V.W.D.C committee of the High Court of Calcutta, as well as the district courts at both the courts which we have inaugurated today. What a journey and what a wonderful task you have undertaken. I'll just come back to that in a minute. I am grateful for the honor you have bestowed on joining me in this function. I'm gratified and I am overwhelmed by the work that you have undertaken, even though I've not had a chance to personally engage or interact with either the judges or the engineers who have undertaken the task. I have my journey in the field of working with vulnerable witnesses began when I wrote a judgment as back as in 2009, 2010, Virendra versus State, where I collated all the guidelines in the judgments pointed out by Honorable the Chief Justice, guidelines of the Supreme Court. And thereafter, the Chief Justice of the Delhi High Court appointed me as chair of a committee. My work and journey as chair of this committee of 2 years culminated in designing a vulnerable witness deposition complex, the first probably in Asia, which was inaugurated on 16th of September 2012. Reason I'm mentioning is that just like you are facing shortage of space in West Bengal, Delhi is worse, where 650 trial court judges are housed in 7 district complexes. And there are more than 100 judges in every complex, and we have actually no space. So we have actually crafted the vulnerable witness deposition complexes in Delhi, which began first in 2012 out of existing spaces. And realizing the fact that many of you may have visited the facility, but unless you know what is the soul, what is the spirit behind the creation of the facility, it remains a brick and mortar building, which we cannot really understand. Hence, I made the film which I have circulated, and I think Brother Sivaganam would have received it. My request to you, brother, and the other members of the committee is that this film needs to be circulated not only amongst the district judges, but must go to the youngest civil judge, magistrate, as well as the PIDA officers of the Public Works Department, the engineering staff especially, who are going to be modifying the existing courtrooms or creating the facilities to enable you or to have vulnerable witness deposition complexes in every district court. This is essential because in a recent visit to a remote district in Tamil Nadu, Dharmagiri and Krishnagiri, I saw the scale of construction. They were constructing the deposition rooms which were larger than the rooms of principal district judges. In fact, larger than my courtroom as a Chief Justice in Jammu and Kashmir. So, they couldn't, because they don't know the purpose of this film. The second thing that we must undertake, and this is my request to the district judges, is you have the definition of the vulnerable witness as given by the Supreme Court. Kindly conduct an audit of every case which is pending in your district and draw up a date-wise list of cases where there is a vulnerable witness. You will need to draw up a roster for availability of we have limited facilities. I saw each of you has only one court, but the number of cases may be so huge that you may need to prioritize the witness who will be given access to this. For this reason, in Delhi originally, I had restricted the use of the witness. We had so many cases under POCSO to the use for only child victims and witnesses. The first of the vulnerable witness deposition complexes. The purpose of this visit, a few words from the written speech. I have been given 5 minutes. I see I have expended already 2.5. Access to justice, a human right, is basic to the rule of law. That procedure is important to justice delivery has been highlighted by Honorable the Chief Justice and is encapsulated in the phrase, procedure is handmaiden of justice. However, equal access to the justice and legal system is about designing procedures that accommodate special factors to enable meaningful participation of special groups and also for dispensation of justice. We in the justice delivery system are obsessed with the rights of the accused, and the system completely fails to consider the trauma and the needs of a victim, especially where the victim is the witness. This traumatization is compounded when the witness is completely without support in an alien courtroom where, if it's a woman, where men outnumber women, and the victim and the accused have to stand shoulder to shoulder, enter the courtroom shoulder to shoulder, wait on probably the same bench between the small waiting areas outside the courtrooms. The vulnerable witness deposition complex is therefore an instance of judicial intervention and judicial leadership to adapt procedure in the justice system, addressing several barriers as pain, insecurity, secondary traumatization, to ensure effective participation of the victims therein. The V.W.D.Cs, you will note, make a very, very sensitive balance between victim protection and ensuring fair trial, while ensuring access to justice to the victim and the vulnerable witnesses. Sending a victim or a witness into the public area of the court complex, if the victim has to wait after the, if the testimony gets held over after lunch, is very, very traumatic for the witness. The facilities which you have designed, and it's very heartening to see, ensure a dedicated entry. I in Delhi have been using judges' entries to ensure a separate entry to the victim. The guidelines which you have accepted in the Kolkata by the High Court of Kolkata include a pre-visit to the court. There is also support persons, legal aid, psychologists and counselors. I cannot begin to tell you how heartening for me it is to see that at least we have started, we have made provision and we are thinking. And the first major step, which is sensitization of the judiciary to the special needs of the victims, stands undertaken. You have also, just as in Delhi, used available material, simple technology and minor modifications to make available in the available courtrooms to make it possible for witnesses to testify on a video link. So, we began this journey much before the gruesome Nirbhaya rape, which happened in December 2012. We had begun this journey of using these vulnerable witnesses in September 2012. It is so heartening that in addition to Calcutta, 9 other high courts have also already adopted the guidelines, and V.W.D.Cs have been completed in 5 states. I am looking forward to December, when I have been informed by the previous speakers that we will have vulnerable witness deposition complexes in every district in West Bengal. I hope that traveling together in this journey, we are able to create comfortable and safe spaces where the dignity of the vulnerable witnesses is maintained, so that they are enabled to confidently testify and assist courts in dispensation of justice in society, and justice is done to the victims as well. Just one thing which I noted, if I may point out to the learned district judges, I may have missed it, or the video camera missed it, but you need an LCD or a laptop or a computer monitor towards the defense and the accused side also. Because if the witness is deposing from the witness deposition complex, then she needs to be visible to the accused person and the testimony needs to be audible. So I noticed that you have a computer, the screen on the judge's dais, but I couldn't see it towards any screen towards the victim or towards the accused person. So if the witness is deposing from the witness deposition room and not the courtroom, then you will need a LCD, and you don't really need all the apparatus in front of the witness. I would request all of you to kindly see the film. It'll really help you. And I look forward to doing training with all of you on the film. I would end by congratulating once again the entire court, the High Court of West Calcutta, led by Honorable Chief Justice Prakash Shrivastava, the entire team of the Committee of Vulnerable Witness Deposition Complexes. And I thank all of you once again for giving me this opportunity, to lead the inauguration and participate in this very, very important function, which is such an important milestone which has again been achieved by your High Court. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you, Your Lordship. May I humbly request the Honorable Justice Amrita Sinha, Judge High Court Calcutta and member Vulnerable Witness Deposition Committee, High Court at Calcutta, for vote of thanks.
A very good morning to all the respected dignitaries present both online and offline. The entire country is celebrating Navratri, a celebration of good over evil. Everyone is in a very festive mood. This is the season of gifts, new clothes, sweets, and most important, time to reach out to those who are a little less privileged. In such a joyous moment, 2 districts of the state of West Bengal are receiving a very important and valuable gift. Each of the districts will be having a V.W.D.C where the vulnerable witness can come, wait, and depose freely and fight for their rights. It is a very important milestone and a step forward in our quest for justice. I am here to thank the persons for whom the same has become possible. First and foremost, I thank our very own Chief Justice, Honorable Justice Prakash Shrivastava, who constituted the V.W.D.C committee with great promptness and supported and permitted the committee to function and take a step ahead in the justice delivery system. A very big thank you to you, sir. Next, I express my thanks and gratitude to Honorable Justice Gita, former Chief Justice of the Jammu and Kashmir High Court and the Chairperson of the Vulnerable Witness Committee, the pillar on whom the committee banks the most, a leader leading from the front. Justice Mittal has taken the pains to make a film to make us understand and visualize as to how a V.W.D.C may look like, how efforts may be taken to make the V.W.D.Cs functional within the limited space and the resources that we have at our disposal. I am sure that with your guidance and constant monitoring, we will certainly be able to achieve the goal we are striving for. Our sincere thanks to you, madam. Your experience will certainly take us a long way. Next, I extend my thanks and gratitude to Honorable Justice Shrivastava, the tall personality with very strong and broad shoulders, upon whom the V.W.D.C committee out here can comfortably rest. I remember the very first day of the meeting when Justice Shrivastava told the committee members that we will go ahead and do it in style. Justice Shrivastava has been instrumental in holding frequent virtual meetings to enable the members of the district judiciary to join and share their ideas and concerns. It is because of these regular meetings that today we are able to inaugurate and make functional not 1, but 2 V.W.D.Cs at 2 different districts of the state. Thank you, sir, for your unending support and inspiration. I thank Honorable Justice Shri, Justice Shekhar Poppy Saraf, Justice Aniruddha Roy, the respective judge in charge of the 2 districts where the very first V.W.D.C in our state will become operational. Thank you all. I thank my other fellow member of the committee, Justice Krishna Rao, for his valuable inputs with special attention on the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. I am sure with your guidance, the V.W.D.C at the islands will soon be inaugurated. Thank you, Justice Rao. My sincere appreciation and thanks to the honorable judges of this prestigious court who are present online. I extend my senior thanks to the Registrar IT, who is the nodal officer of the committee and who is in constant touch with the members of the committee as well as the district judiciary. I convey my gratitude to all the members of the registry. Without their support, today's event would not have been so smooth. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Lordship.
Congratulations to the respective district judges at Alipur and Purba for the flagship V.W.D.Cs. I am sure that both of you had to do tremendous ground level work to make the centers functional. My sincere thanks and efforts taken by you to make this possible. My sincere thanks to all the district chief judges of all the districts of the state and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and all the judicial officers who are present offline as well as the member secretary of SALSA. Thank you all the respected dignitaries who have joined online, the Learned Advocate General, the learned Additional Solicitor General, the learned Government Leader, the learned Public Prosecutor. Thank you all for being a part of this program. Thank you, the members of the bar who have joined through the video link. Last and not the least, thank you to all the various departments of the state, the Public Works Department, the Judicial Department, the State Legal Services Authority, the press and the electronic media, with requests to spread the word around so that the vulnerable witness may come forward to depose without fear of their tormentor. We request and look forward to your support at all times to come. Please excuse me if I have missed out anybody. Thank you. Have a very good day ahead. Namaskar.
Thank you, Your Lordship. May I request the honorable dignitaries present on this occasion in physical as well as virtual mode for national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
May I humbly
Thank you
request
very
the
much to
Honorable
everybody.
the Chief Justice.
Yes.